Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another Monday Mission episode. Thank you all for everyone who's going to join me today in this live and for everyone who's going to watch the live replay. So, if this is your first time here, my name is Jane Carla and welcome to my Monday Mission. Every Monday, I sit down with incredible entrepreneurs to hear their stories, the wins, the lessons, and everything in between. So, if you're looking for inspiration, strategies, or just a real talk about what it really takes to build something great, you are in the right place. So let's dive in. I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna ask you to wait any longer. I'm very excited to introduce to you my guest for today. She's also one of the leaders in our online business community. She's a Filipina who is living in America. I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us a lot about her story, her online business journey, and everything that she went through for her to achieve the success that she has right now. So I'm going to add her to the stage and let her introduce herself. Hello, Miss Anne Marie. Welcome to my Monday mission.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me in here. Thank you for the invitation. I am very happy to be imparting my story. It might be inspirational for others, it might not be, but stick around. You might pick a little bit of, inspiration here and there. So thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for having
Thank you. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Give us a brief introduction of yourself, who you are, where you're from. Yeah.
Sure. So yes, I am Ann Wilson. I always would say I am a mom first, and then the rest are second, third, fourth, and fifth. But yes, I have two kids. I have a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old. But I'm originally from Cebu, Philippines. I'm a special educator by profession. I have been teaching for 20 years. Yet, just 3 years in the business, I'm already able to retire at the age of 41. That's me. That's my story. And if that itself doesn't inspire you, I don't know what else to start this
3 years in the
business.
business. Wow. And I always say, in a traditional business, normally the return of investment will come around 5 to 7 years. And in this online business, you were able to retire within 3 years. Well, that is amazing. Can you tell us more about what your story is and what inspired you to pursue digital entrepreneurship and to transition from being a teacher for a very long time, which is um, a very inspirational profession as well. What made you pursue and transition to digital entrepreneurship?
Well, going back to my story, I've always been, I guess, a dreamer. Going back from the Philippines. Already Philippines is a third world country. Hindi naman tayo mayaman, no? So
Yeah.
isa ako sa mga, 3/4 of the country that's really in the lower poverty line. So pobre gyud me when I grew up. So I dreamt of, making sure that when I will have my own family, that I'll be able to support them and give what they want and what they need, basically the basic needs of life. And I'm a believer of education, and I'm just so blessed and happy that I have an aunt that also worked hard in Australia and really provided me to finish my education, high school, college, and even when I did my master's degree. So I was also feeling so blessed because when I graduated college and pursuing my master's degree, there were opportunities that opened up, and coming here in America was one of the greatest things that had ever happened to me because in 2008 I was able to come here in the US and teach. I also was able to meet my husband here, and now I have two kids. But transitioning from you know working and a career, I really do love, don't get me wrong, I love my profession, I love my career. This that was a blessing, but I just felt like I've already served my time. But when I started this business, before even coming into the business, it was during the pandemic. And I know most of us really had started during that time because, parang yung pandemic was a leveler to everybody. Kahit saan ka pa man, iba mas mahirap kasi nga, they have very few resources, lalo na nandun sa Pilipinas. And I have a lot of family members there in the Philippines. And and I am still the breadwinner of my family. So it was during the pandemic when I realized, like, oh my gosh, paano na lang pag nawala ako or my husband or something has to happen or not even that. What if like I'm gonna lose my job? My husband's gonna lose his job. We could not survive with one stream of income. Or worst, what would I send to the Philippines if somebody's really gonna hit with at least, so bad, morbid situation. But that's what happened. I realized even with my own kids, back then my daughter was just 11 and my son was 8. Sabi ko, oh my gosh, I'm a firm believer of education, but I myself as a teacher, I don't even have enough funds to say and be, tell people that I'm ready for my own kids, to go to college. I don't want them to go to college. And I know here in America, yes, they are going to provide. Yes, they're going to give grants. Yes, they're going to give um, student loans, but I don't want them to have student loans, right? So I was a big awakening and I was like, wait, being a teacher is great, but the income that I have as a teacher is not enough. It's not enough. Well, I guess it would have been, but the lifestyle that I wanted in life, like para sa akin kasi ang motto ko, na, uy, isang beses na tayo nabubuhay sa mundo, bakit ba natin tinitipid ang ating mga sarili, no? And back then, I didn't have all those leisures and pleasures and all that stuff. And, so I was living in a luxury life, but my credit cards were up to the brim, up to my neck. And
Yes.
I was living paycheck to paycheck. Ang dami ko ng utang. And I was like, wait. So I started looking for ways. Honestly, Jane, I was trying to sell lipstick, makeup, bags. Pero parang hindi ako marunong magtinda or parang nahihiya ba ako mag-alok like, uy, you wanna see my product or something like that. So I was not good with that. And I know it boomed during the pandemic, those kind of stuff, but I was not blessed to really be good with those stuff. So I end up looking for ways, to just earn something. So I was really consistently looking for something, but on the time na hindi ka naghahanap, something just pop up in my Facebook feed. And I was like, wait, somebody from New York, way younger than me, enjoying this business. And all she said, because we're in attraction marketing, all I remember she said was, you can do this business anywhere and anytime. You don't even have to give up your time for your family. You don't even have to look for second job or something. So yun pa lang sabi ko, well, that would work for me because of course I would try my very best to work hard for that. But I know I'm not gonna take time out of from my family's time or go out because pandemic hindi naman tayo pwede magtrabaho talaga sa labas. So and that's it. The rest was history. And I don't know if I'm going to continue about why did I transition from being a teacher to now a full-time entrepreneur because it's a no-brainer. I've always dreamt of being with my kids because that's another bug, no? When you're a teacher, but you could not be the teacher of your own kids. You could not be there for your own kids. Just like a painter who could not paint their own house.
Mhm.
Drama was like, oh my gosh, parent teacher conferences, but I could not be there for my own kids' parent teacher conferences because I need to be the teacher first of my own student and do it for them. So when this opportunity came, believe it or not, just in the first few days of our webinars, masterminds, and all that stuff, I've already dreamt of retiring at the age of 40. Already dreamt of, I could see myself being in our mastermind, being in our webinar, being really successful in this business and giving up teaching. And that had slowly happened. So manifestation is really important and it really happened if you really do believe in that because you will work hard for it, right? I would always say, we have different results. That is because we have different efforts in putting into it. So why did I transition from teaching to being an entrepreneur? Again, it's a no-brainer. When I started this business, yes, my income had staggeredly raised up, but on my third year, I was like, wait, I'm already earning times two or times three or times four sometimes of my income as a teacher in just 1 month. So I am okay to really just have my time freedom. And I have 100% support with of my husband. So I said, yes, I'm transitioning and I'm moving up because why not? And it's harder to really get that time freedom if there's no money involved. You really have to be financially ready for you to be able to say, I have my time freedom. And that business had really put in that, result. Ang dami ko palang sinabi sa isang mong tanong. So that's the main reason why I'm already able to quit. It's because this business had really provided the financial stability so that I can have that time freedom with my kids and my family.
Thank you so much for that very inspiring story and for sharing that with all of us. And I think I can fully agree. Personally, as well, starting this business, I think I really wanted to give myself that opportunity to want and desire more because, like what you said, professionally, what I'm doing right now, it could have provided me, it's already providing me, a comfortable life. But like what you said, credit card debts. I can't travel whenever I want to. I have, kailangan magtipid. Wag muna tayong kumain sa labas kasi kailangan ng pang grocery, yung mga ganon. So I wanted to give myself also that chance to want more, to desire more. And everything you said has just really inspired me as well. And hopefully, everyone who's watching this live and this interview today are getting inspired as well. That you are allowed to want more for yourself, and not just because the society is saying that this and this is the only way to earn money, to have a job, to have one income stream, to have a stable job, work for someone else is the only way to provide for you and yourself. It's not the only way. There are so many other options out there that are available for you, and you are a true testament to that. And I'm just question number one pa lang, I'm already feeling so inspired. So thank you so much for that. My next question would be, since you've already described what your story is and why you wanted to transition to digital entrepreneurship, and you mainly said because you can work from anywhere and you can grow this from, and you will have more time with your kids and your family. I wanted to ask, first, how long has it been since you started? And describe your journey so far in a way where what challenges have you experienced in this online business journey? Because I think not a lot of people, uh, no, let me rephrase that. Most people think it's easy. Most people think it's easy money, but I think I want to highlight what are the challenges in your journey so far, ever since you started.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you for that question. But before that, I just want to say thank you to those that are tuning in live. And if you are going to watch this later on replay, please do share this live stream because who knows, you might just be the channel, you might just be the messenger of somebody who wants to change their life, right? So your first question is, how long have I been here? I started this business February of 2021. So obviously that is 4 years and a couple of months. And then starting this business, honestly, I would say, yes, you're right. Some people might have it hard, some people might have it easy. But in my situation, honestly, because I have a bigger will and mindset to start this, it came easier for me.
Hmm.
Honestly, it came easier for me. And I have a very supportive husband because I've heard others will have a very skeptical husband, all this stuff. And for me, I just because I prayed for this, and I honestly listen to the answer of God also, because sometimes we pray so hard but then we just tend to like don't listen to the answer. But I do believe that this business is an answered prayer, right? So another thing that I want to also highlight, you mentioned earlier that other people don't even do or have their ROI until 4 or 5 years, right? I
Hmm.
retired within 3 years, but I tell you, I had my ROI in this business just 6 months within this business.
Wow.
So the power of really having different results in this business and the limitless income that we can have compared to a 9 to 5 job is really possible in this business, right? But what are the challenges that I have? Well, first and foremost, I was not an entrepreneur. Back then, the only job I knew was really to teach. The only, because I've
Mhm.
never even, became a cashier or a worker in Jollibee or McDonald's, nothing like that. This is really my first time venturing into something different aside from being a teacher. But my most challenging part really is as soon as we get in this business and you have somebody who wants to also be part of this business and they become your business partner, you become a mentor.
Hmm.
When I became a mentor, um, we deal with different kinds of people from all walks of lives. I even have somebody that's 81 years old. I have somebody that just finished third grade. But my most challenging ones are those that are a little bit older and or have a higher degree in life, and they feel like a mentor or a coach could not say anything to them. So a little bit of that, like I don't know when to really push. I really don't know when to pull back. But things just happen in its natural course.
Mhm.
If people just realize to really, we are here to support them, that is when things would just be okay. So for me, that's the most challenging part, is when I became a mentor myself and others don't have that, really much trust in me, that there was a couple of disagreement, but that was just a few, maybe one or two that I could count in more than hundreds of business partners that I have now in my team. So that's one of the challenges. Now, easy money, uh, I'm gonna debunk what you just said, because other people would say, "Oh, it's really really hard to start a digital business." Honestly, it's easy in our end, in our
Mhm.
business, because as a coach myself, I could tell you to start a digital business somewhere else, even a traditional business somewhere else, you would really make that comparison that it is way harder to start with them. You know why? Because in our business, 90% is already done for us. Basically, the training, the community that we have, and we have people that would really support us 100%, not just because
Mhm.
of the money, but right? People in our community make this as our mission. So
Mhm.
for me, yes, it's easy money because I have worked hard as a teacher in a, oh my goodness, high crime rate city. That is hard money.
Mhm.
Waking up at 5 o'clock, going home at 3 o'clock, that is hard money. You know,
Mhm.
being there for my own kids when they need me the most, and when the school calls me because they are sick and I could not be there for my kids, that is hard money. This business, I would want you to think, even you, Jane, Carla, that easy money, because you are just doing this on the side. You are just documenting what you're doing for the day. You are just inspiring people. So we have to watch our mastermind. We have to watch our Zoom meetings. We have to be inspired by others. And our role really is just to transfer that inspiration to others. And for me, that's easy. Sorry
Mhm.
to say, but for me, that's easy. And the money will just come in. You know, other people kasi, if iyan na yung mindset nila na mahirap ang gawin tong digital business na 'to, mahihirapan ka talaga. But if you
Mhm.
really think about that, wait, this is easy money. Hold on. I can close a contract. I could actually have $5,000, wherein I have to work for 20 days in school, and that would give me less than $5,000. So it's a no-brainer. This one's easy money, and wait up. I can wake up anytime I want. I can just go anywhere. I can have and prop up my laptop anywhere I go, or have my phone with me. That is easy money, right? Even when I was in school, I have to be there from 7 o'clock until 3. I have to teach special needs kids. Wherein,
Mhm.
if I have my bathroom break, I'll just bring my phone and I will just answer inquiries. Which one's easier? Working for 8 hours or 9 hours, or just really looking into your phone for a couple of minutes and then really let your coaches close the deal and you're done, and that's easy money for me.
Mhm.
You might get a different answer from other people, but for me, I really do believe in our system. That's why for me it's easier, because I did not have to figure out our products. I did not have to figure out how to coach these people. I did not have to figure out anything. All of that, when I got in the business, I just need to learn and
Mhm.
online. So for me, that was easy. Sorry, but
Thank you so much. And I think my takeaway from everything that you just said is because for everyone who's watching and who's going to watch the replay, I just want to let you know that Miss Anne Marie and we are not financially connected in this business, and we're both a part of this really amazing online business community, but we're not financially connected. But when I asked when I invited her to be a part of my Monday mission, she immediately said yes. We figured out the best schedule for her when it's most convenient for her, and she said yes, and she's generous enough to share her time and story with me. And that's just an example of what she mentioned is a very supportive community. When she said supportive, it's really supportive. I meet strangers in this community that are ready to help, that are ready to inspire and motivate me, especially as for me, who's just a bit new in this business and still trying to grow my business. That everyone is very helpful. So thank you so much for mentioning that. And I do agree that one of the challenges is accepting the fact that it can happen for you. It's possible for you, that you can learn it. And again, that this is not something that's unreachable. everyday people like you and I. You were a teacher before. I'm still a performer right now, and I do this on the side. Right now I'm on my day off, and I spend what 30-45 minutes with someone. I get inspired, and I think one of the things what that I love about this business is I we are both, all of us are in a position to help other people, inspire other people, impact other people's lives. So thank you so much for sharing that. My next question would be, apart from the financial benefits of this business, how has this business impacted or changed your life, financially, personally, even spiritually? Share the changes that this business has made in your life.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to give a shout out to Darlene, Naida, and the Nguyen, Thai Nguyen. Thank you so much for watching live.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much for
much.
sharing with us. Yes. This business could really change you if you just want this business to change you. Um,
Mm,
basically, financially, it's obvious. I was able to retire at the age of 41. I was able to retire after 3 years. Instead of working myself off everything that I have done. I am now, enjoying a stress free life. Or a little bit stressed because of course, I am still doing this full time, and this is still a business. I still have to put time, effort, and money on this one, and I just want to stress that out because people sometimes ask, "Do I need to start something with money?" I was like, "Wait, you are starting a business, not a job. This is not a job. This is a business opportunity that if you see yourself really expanding more of your horizon and financially, then you could really take a look at it." Message Jane Carla for that. Number two, personally, I have never thought that I could really help this much people. You know what I mean? Because again, I have been a teacher and I have been helping one student at a time. When I was interviewed at one point and then they made a slideshow about me, they were like, "Anne Marie Empanado Wilson, from one classroom to the world." And I was like, "Wait, that sounds so good. I'm gonna have to write that down." Because that is true. I was helping one student at a time, and now I'm helping other parents really step up on what they can do for their family. And as a matter of fact, I didn't even know that I could speak in a bigger crowd. I was invited
mhm,
to be a speaker there in Mexico last November. And on Wednesday, I'll be flying to Australia to be one of their speakers in our gather and grow of over 500 people. And I was like, wait, people really do believe and inspired by my story and how the way I talk or something. I'm just in awe of what could possibly happen with me and how the community really supports me and really see the value that I put in this business as well. So personally, I have grown because obvious naman teacher ako, nagsasalita talaga ako. I'm really like da, 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 da. But for people to see that value and really put you up there and it's like, wait, that's really cool. Plus,
mhm,
I have been awarded as 2023 best branding. And keep going, Carla, because I could see that in you. Just keep going until somebody sees you and really promote you and say, "Hey, this person right here can do this, can do that." But if you are not consistent with what you're doing, then obviously they're not going to see you, right? And a few of them saw me and you nominated me, and I got, picked and awarded by our CEO. So for me, that was an achievement because I did not look for that, and I did not even, like applied for that. It just so happened and they saw me, and it was a good feeling. But most of all, spiritually, I have grown so much in this business because this is where you would really fully trust the Lord. For me,
mhm,
I was, as what I've said, this was a blessing, and this is still a blessing. But more so when you're already 4 years in the business. I've been here 4 years in the business, and don't get me wrong. Not all those that inspired will really sign up in the business and you could get commission from them. Nothing like that. But when they come and then they faltered and maybe this is not for them, I would always just pray and say, "Hey Lord, bring me people that I could really help. Bring me people that would really see the value of this business and glorify you because of this business. Not me, not the company, not even our business, but really bring me people that seeking for that kind of blessing from you. And when they hear that this is the answer to that, they will glorify you." For me, that's one of the, like, even when I have challenges, because don't get me wrong, there are still challenges in this business. I just lift everything to God and say, Lord, this business, you gave it to me. I give it back to you, and it's up to you to really just do your wonders. Yeah, basically that's it.
That's amazing. That's really amazing to hear because it's just, again, evidence that this business doesn't just help people financially, it helps them personally, self development, it helps them find new purpose, it helps them find new skills that they can develop that they never knew they actually had. And you've mentioned a lot of benefits of having an online business. You've mentioned time freedom, you've mentioned location freedom, you've mentioned self development, spiritual as well, and a lot of other things. My next question was going to be, what are the benefits of having? What do you think of are the benefits of having an online business? But you've already mentioned a lot. But I want to ask one thing, one benefit that I think I want to highlight and maybe ask you to talk more about it is the benefit of being able to really build your business around your personal branding. Because I think I want to ask this because your branding is really, really good. It's something that I look up to, and will I think will continue to look up to as I go through this business. So the benefit of being able to have a business that you can highlight your own story, that your story is your own brand. Can you talk more about that, especially for people who are scared to start the business because they they're probably thinking they don't know how to do it, they don't know where to start, they probably thinking they don't have a story to tell, or they don't know how to brand themselves. So yeah, maybe give us a little bit more insight about that part
Wow.
benefit.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you like a 3 second or 3 minute summary of my presentation in Australia. Branding.
Yes, oh wow.
Exactly. But anyhow, branding might be, scary for other people, but I would tell you the summary of branding really is, if you know your why and your goals, it's easy for you to really define your branding. When you start this business, you need to know why you're starting this business. And if you know why you're starting this business, what's your goal? What's your end goal with that? Right? So if you're like in my situation, I want to be very specific. My end goal of having this business is really to leave that generational wealth to my kids. And that's the benefit of having this business. I tell you, I finished my 20 years of teaching. I could, and as any employee, you could not pass along your years of experience and even if how much you got paid for that job to your kids. I'll say 20 years of teaching, yes, I got paid 100,000 annually in my teaching profession. But when I finished my 20 years, I could not say, hey anak, oh, ikaw na magtapos doon. 20 years ako nag-teach doon. 100,000 yung sweldo ko, 100,000 din yung sweldo mo ha. Walang ganon. But in the business, you can pass along that generational wealth. You build the business now, you eventually can pass it to them when they're 18 and they're mature. So why am I saying that? Branding is very important because that is how you build your business. When you keep on talking about, hey, my kids are my goals, I want to provide for my kids, I want to give them what they need, I want to give them what they want. So eventually, yung mga postings mo is about your kids. Eventually, yung postings mo or your live or even your ads in this business, it would come along and you will have you now have a specific way of dealing with your brand. And it's not just branding because I want branding and that's what our CEOs want to do. It is the branding should be able to help those that are just like you as well. So that means my target for my brand are those professional moms that did not have time for their kids because we need to work. And that's hard, and that's really hard, no? We might have money here and there, compared to the stay-at-home mom that don't have money. Iba naman yung bubog nila, iba naman yung branding nila. But in my case, I really want to help the people that used to be like me, right? So that's how you build your personal brand. And in a way, while you keep on talking about that one, you become consistent. You become known to like, oh, this is the mom on the go. Why is she mommy Ann on the go? It's because she's always there to support her kids. I'm in my kids baseball, football, my daughter's dance, and I'm always on the go. I even do my live in my car. That is my branding. But then eventually people that sees me, moms that sees me, they're the ones that would say, okay, wait, I'm like her. And wait, she's earning more. And wait, she's retired now at 41, so they could see the growth also of your business. And eventually, when they see that and they ask you, because it's not easy to convert people around, because we
Mm.
don't have the magic and the power to just say, hey, join us and you'll be like me. No, but if they see your progress and growth, that is when people would say, hey, how did you do that? And that's when our system would come in, that's how our automation would come in, and eventually that's how you eventually help others that used to be like you as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us a quick mastermind for Rain. A quick preview of what your talk is going to be about for your events coming up, coming events. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm really learning a lot from this interview. So thank you on my behalf as well personally. And my last question to end this live is, what would be your main advice for those people who are looking to start their business but are still either skeptical or still scared, or who still don't know where or how to start?
hmm I just feel like we could give advices all day, all we want, but I just want others to really reflect on their lives. If you
Mhm.
feel like there are still something in your life that you could still improve, or if you're not happy to where you are, may it be work, may it be with your significant others, may it be your situation. If you know that there must be something, there is still something, then it's high time for you to look at the business. Because honestly, a lot of people will say, oh, you could not buy happiness with money. Excuse me, kung nagugutom ka na po at wala at nag-aaway na kayo ng iyong asawa, or wala kang maibigay sa iyong mga anak, hindi ka talaga magiging happy. But this business I know had provided me financially, provided me with a lot of self growth, and I have spent more time with my husband and my kids now. I know this business works. And it's not just me. There are thousands and thousands of people all over the world that had seen the value of this business. So, if you're skeptical, honestly, that's good because you are questioning something. Hindi pwedeng papasok ka lang sa isang bagay na, oh, I'm there, da 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 da, and then you will fall apart because you were just. But if you question yourself kung kaya mo ba to, then that means that is already an indication that you are challenging yourself to do something more for yourself, right? So my advice to you is look into the business. It's free to watch our webinar every Tuesdays here in America, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I know if you want to get the details, message Jane Carla, and definitely she's gonna walk you through how we start this business. We all started with this free webinar, right? But it's up to us to really take action. Don't fall short in not watching this because you were like, you already had assumed, you already judged this business. Give yourself justice by watching the free webinar, by taking action, and really challenging yourself. Honestly, ito na lang ang masasabi ko. Your husband, your significant others could possibly leave you. Even your kids, when they grow up, they could leave you. When you are in a nursing home, and I know you're in UK, Carla, just imagine yourself at 70 or 80 or 90 years old. If you don't have money, san ka pupulutin? Or even until now, you're just very young. You're 30, you're 40. What if, something happened with you, you got into accident, you have money? No. Or you got cut off with your job, will you survive? You will not, you might be, but then you will not be living the life that you want. And once that happens, then you are going to get into depression, anxiety, marami nang mangyayari. But if you have a backup plan, and I could tell you this business is an amazing backup plan until it becomes your main source of income, do it. Do it, do it, do it, because you would eventually thank yourself in the future because you have started this one now. All right, start it. Message Jane Carla, and definitely we will help you out here in the business. We have an amazing community all over the world. You don't need to be tech savvy, you don't need to sell or recruit. Definitely, it's easy money if you put in work and understanding on what attraction marketing is. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't say enough how much you've inspired me in just half an hour. And hopefully the people who are watching and who's gonna watch the replay are gonna be inspired as well. Thank you for all the insights you've given. Thank you for everything. I've really, really learned a lot. And I really appreciate you for sharing your time. I know you're a busy mom, you're a busy entrepreneur, and you have a business to run. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for everything you've shared, and I'm going to continue to follow your business and your journey as well, and continue to be inspired. So thank you so much, Miss Anne Marie, for your time.
Thank you, and thank you to all of your audience and to those that will be watching this on the replay. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. And that's it. That's a wrap for my second episode of my Monday mission. I hope I am so inspired right now. I'm really very, very inspired right now. I can't even put into words how inspired I am after that interview. And this is just the second episode of my Monday mission. It's going to be a whole lot more that I have in store for you. So I hope you got as much value from this conversation as I did. If you love today's session, please don't forget to hit that follow button, share this live to anyone who you think might need to hear it, and drop your biggest takeaway in the comments. And I would love to hear them. And if you're curious about how you can start your own online business or build passive income and work from anywhere, anytime, visit my website and register your name and email. My website is janecarla.com. I'm going to put it in the banners for you. janecarla.com. All you need to do is register your name and email, and you will get instant access to a free 20-minute webinar. That's all you have to do to start this. It's free, it's just 20 minutes. So go ahead, explore this opportunity. And I hope to see you all again next Monday for another inspiring chat. And until then, keep dreaming big and taking bold action. You've got this. See you again next Monday. Bye bye.